it's a good example for others. The intentions, so what we just discussed, is correct. Okay, thanks very much. Now we're moving on to pile 3. Selenite. 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 You get that? It's hard to get a full. It's just so shiny. There we go. Pile 3. Okay, Spirit. Higher selves of pile 3, which is selenite. Okay. Okay. They already know. Knight of Swords. Ooh. You're coming in fierce. Something's happening, like, quick and fierce. Okay. Spirit, what is the best piece of advice? Or angels, what is the best piece of advice for pile 3, selenite, given what they're dealing with at this time? Spirit, what is the best piece of advice for pile 3 with selenite? Higher selves of pile 3. What is the best piece of advice that Spirit can give for pile 3? I might need the clarification on the Knight of Swords. It's hard to... Okay. This fell, but then it fell in reverse. Can I get another clarifier for this? Because what I'm reading right here, because it tumbled over, there's an injustice. I felt like almost like the tower itself, being that this thing fell, and it ultimately landed where I viewed it fallen in reverse. So following the Knight of Swords, I don't know, I feel like it needs more clarification, because it looks like due to some injustices, really go after what you believe in fearlessly. So fearlessly that your horses, your steed, follows your command. Oh, here's another one. Oh, cool. And in this process too. Okay, so let me just finish this. Thank you, angels. To really go after what you believe in, that your steed is following your command, though they are also intimidated by how much vigor you have at going after what you believe in, fighting for a cause. And it's not like the formality of chivalry, though you do have those respects, but it's like one of a warrior seeking justice. And behind justice, this is to clarify the other two, is to not let, what is this, deceit, any deceit, including your own, because the night comes in and out of situations. Why is it like that though? It's like someone's betrayed you. It's like someone betrayed you, but you kind of let go of them too. Is that right?
For me, it was. After one major person in my life did this, so did another. This is the universe's way of giving us practice, allowing us to form discipline and make firm decisions for our highest good once and for all, and more than once. This sequence is a blessing to allow us to root out what no longer belongs, to be more decisive and discerning of our worth. Although both situations varied from painful to uncomfortable, both were hurtful and ultimately disappointing. Both carried high emotional value until I realized I wasn't being fair to myself having to replace such instances. It only angered me, compelling me to feel like I have to constantly defend myself. This is where closure may begin. It's not only putting an end to things, it's about knowing the reality of it, that such things exist, knowing your threshold, looking down, then up. This is the point of where we are able to transform the entry to an exit and comply gracefully.
Oh, I also get that don't cheat yourself of what your cause is. Like, stay true to it. Although there have been injustices, don't like look back. Don't try to cheat yourself, right? Of true justice. See? Do you see what I'm saying? What they're saying anyway? Yeah, because this is behind you, right? This is the first card without even me asking. There's something that you're very passionate about. That's a certain cause. It's rectifying an injustice that's stood within your past. It could be also presently speaking, like an accumulation of injustices. That's why you are so quick to face and confront. With purpose. 1828 was on the clock when I kind of looked again. So beware, be cautious. I mean, of reacting within that injustice, that perception, because when it's inflicted upon us, it becomes easier for us to inflict injustices on others. And it might not be in the same light, it just might be in a different aspect. But an injustice is an injustice, yes? Patterns are is something that we just need to be aware of, especially in more hot pursuits, right? Yeah. Yeah. So be careful not to deceive yourself of the true causes that you're fighting for. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. That was interesting. Angels and higher selves of pile 3. Yeah. Okay. Anything else for pile 3 on the best advice that you can give, Spirit, to pile 3 selenite? Those that chose that pile. In this coming week. This is one. Ooh. 6 of Wands. That's victory. That's celebration worthy of where others partake in it. It's victory. I don't know how else to describe this. But even your horse looks very elegant, like well cared for. However, it's weird because when I never really look at the expression on horses' faces. But for this particular one, I don't know, it's weird. All this draping on the green, it's almost like too much. It's like the glory is too much. Why is that? What is going on? That is weird. That there's some that are envying, that are part of the crowd, just going with the crowd, but they are in envy of that person. I think you just can't win them all, but in some you do. And this may be something that is a little over the top. What? I don't understand, Spirit. Can you clarify the 6 of Wands? I can take that there's victory behind the cause, but what is it? So you can't see some people's faces. You can't see the true identity of those that are celebrating the victory of such a feat, fighting for a cause. I feel like it's being cognizant that even though you're fighting for a worthy cause, whatever it is, that it's also important to keep in mind the deceit of others around you. It's just understanding the reality of those that you kind of need to block off. You see their sword on justice? She's like, hold up, nope. I've seen your kind before, and no thanks. I can see you already caught red-handed. Who are you fooling? I don't have time for you. I'm focusing on what I need to do, right? That's, basically an upright. Yeah, because it's a very highlighted card here. What is... There's something that I feel like that's missing here. Can you convey to me, Spirit, what else it might be? What I need to expand upon? Because I feel like there's something missing a little bit here. You know, when there's big change that happens, you can't expect... There's a period of getting acclimated to whatever that change is. There's so much here. Oh my gosh. Is this all meant for this? Here, you can drop it out again. That's kind of a lot. I'm not sure if I have that kind of energy, Spirit. Oh gosh. Big chunks keep falling out of the deck. Okay. There's a lot to do in the transition. I feel like whatever this is of high impact. It's not just the ripple effect that magnifies and its expansion, but this is like hard impact. Yeah. This is a higher cause. It's a noble cause. It's something that is in link with spirit, with the divine. You have this banner up. You were talking. This follows victory, yeah. And then this reminds me of like a banner where you celebrate. You roll it out. Yeah. So because the big chunks keep falling, I feel like there's a lot to be done in the transition and acclimating to the true change. I mean, what you're doing is initiating, and that's wonderful in scope. But it's not the immediate. Oh, yeah. There's insatiability almost. There's a thirst that's not being quenched. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, this matches. Let me show you. Goodness gracious. I didn't pull the bottom of the deck to include in here. Otherwise, we would have in the middle here the High Priestess. But when we look at this, we're looking at all this highlighted area, which these two work as bookends to the victory. That we're ultimately seeing that there's an insatiable quality with these people that cheat you, that are not of... They're not true to you. They're not true to the cause. There's an insatiability on their part. What is it? I can't... They're mischievous in their ways because of not seeing eye to eye. There's something that's they're not satisfied with, but equal to you. You're so passionate about the cause that the glory and the fame is almost like vanity to you. At a certain point, why can't we use our energy in kind of deciphering really what it is that still remains in getting everyone on the same page and more in union? There's an insatiable quality in all parties. What it's asking us to do is, I'm getting like with the High Priestess on that bottom, that there's some kind of creative need, like a new start, a fresh spirit to help kind of like mix things up a little. You see, like, so that everybody has a taste of what each other's cup is like. It's like a sampling, but also there's no way. I mean, in doing this, like, everyone gets to appreciate something else from another cup. And it's because adventure is also very exciting too. There's a satiable quality in adventure, isn't there? In the endeavor itself. And the creative flow, the mix. Yeah, I feel like that's what we're looking at here, especially with it following this. Oops. Okay, so this is the next. We're looking at that insatiable quality of this. And then we have this wand. We use our wand acting as the divine. Kind of mixing the pot. Not troublemaking is what I'm saying. It's more like creative use of elements. When I mentioned the high priestess, I get this magician, like, tricks up your sleeve, through the divine, almost out of nowhere. That as you move forward, even through what you also consider a little over the top vanity, that the value of what you're doing is using that. It's like group work manifestation 3111 on the clock, in helping mediate between others. It's a creative use of form. So when you charge after something most passionately, it's not just in the physical realm of things, it's also in the way of thought. It's expanding the compassion that you have for others, the understanding of those around you, including those that almost defy you. Okay, I think that was it. And again, we have High Priestess. She is very mystical and much in. This is the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so when you do that, that wand is also carried over here, and it's almost like a Four of Wands here. So it's victory on the home front as well. You see what I'm saying? So you're laying your stake in the ground as well, an additional one. So it's like that 1111 balanced energy of home and hearth. Very interesting. That's the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that whatever you're doing is going to bear fruit, okay?
It's viable.
This is traditionally meaning like waiting for your ships to come in, looking on the horizon, seeing what the lay of the land. And Two of Wands is like holding it in your hand, right? Thinking about the possibilities and planning. This is 3 already in effect, 1 additional stake in the ground, and then 4th one with what you're doing here as the 4 of Wands. So the High Priestess, she's studious, not one to mess with, by the way. Very much in support of the divine, in mentorship with the divine. She is, I feel like it's the divine feminine who has this major commitment to spirit and the divine realm, acting as a channel within her studies. Mysterious. And anyway, Selenite is also in link with the moon as well as the High Priestess. We can find a lot about things in a different light. You might also link up to pile 2 because they got the Hermit card. And we talked about a little bit about the darkness or the moon. This is probably something that you should have if you don't already work with. Even just keep it around you, even in transit, in your car. You don't have to do anything with it, okay? Yeah, charge it. Yeah, that's really it. And then stow it away. Maybe there's something else. So, what about the High Priestess? We don't have pentacles here. Whoa. Okay, so whatever you're doing is not for the money. It's not for the money. And if you're really that passionate about it, it really isn't about the money. Is there anything else, Spirit, that we should note? Well, pile 3, you're doing a lot. Congratulations now and in advance.
Also, not having pentacles in this scenario both cautions and reminds us to stay grounded.
Drop me a comment or an email to let me know. I mean, what that might be. I'm curious. Because that's what I guess I'm doing too. It's within the same ballpark of this is something that's big. I don't know exactly everything about ultimately the path to get there. But part of that is trusting in it. That you might have all these, thoughts looming about your head, your energy, and fighting for the truth. You got off your horse, and you have the bare essentials. You stand firmly on a variety of terrain. So you are ready to take a swing at things. I see it as like a golf club, like ready to. It's not in anger, really. It feels like that's a golfing pose almost. Really taking a swing at things. Because in the back looming is this grayness, the murkiness of clouds, of accumulated thought forms that disturb the visuals of what lay on the horizon. Yeah, just what we were talking about, how we can't see 100% the path, but we know it leads somewhere, and the only way to go about this is to try. Like full steam ahead. That's interesting. I've never interpreted it like that. I also see this scribble of an F. I don't really know what that could mean here. Okay. I get also, imagine the golf ball there, okay, and you're about to take a swing at things. That's what I'm seeing. Do any of you play golf? I don't, but I feel like there's a certain readiness. This person hasn't hit the ball yet, because when you hit the ball, you don't raise it up the club again while you're looking off in the distance. So I think it's just sizing up your next move. Ooh, that's what it is. Yeah, before the ball is laid on there, because eventually it is there. It is going to be there. Many of them. Okay. Yeah. That's really cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you, angels. Thank you, higher selves of those that were, for the specific piles chosen. Thank you, Spirit. That was interesting. I like that. If you liked it, hit the like button. I hope that helped you, gave you some support in whatever you're doing or what your next steps are. And the bottom of the deck now is the Emperor. Hooray! That's taking command. Yeah. He's blushing. He knows that he didn't get there. This Emperor knows he didn't get there just by, lineage. There was true effort involved. Definitely abundant, yes. This began as a knight. With the first card, remember? This was not primarily inheritance. This throne. This was this is earned. That's really cool. So thank your angels, your higher selves. Catherine, you got a lot here going. So I hope that helps. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Drop in a comment. I would appreciate your support. Okay, I'll see you again next time. Bye.